like to welcome to the stage Mike Fitzgerald. Kind of the, second time in 2 weeks here, so that last presentation on where did our money go, that's going to be hard to follow.
Well, thank you. I'm glad to be back here in Story County. You guys really know how to party. This enthusiasm is great. It's good for the whole state to see what you guys are doing. I must say, I'm real proud of Story County because, one, you have a great delegation to the legislature. Herman Quamback and Beth Wessel-Rochelle and Lisa Heddens, they do a great job. But they need some help. They need some help. We need some other candidates in the legislature. But as Democrats, we need help all the way up and down the ticket. I just happen to know that you got a great sheriff in this county. And the sheriff, I talked to him this afternoon. He'd been here tonight, but he got trapped in Washington, D.C. All those planes were being canceled, and so he couldn't make it. He loves this event. Who doesn't? This is a great, great event. Congratulations. It's always very successful. But, I'm from Colo, and we've got a lot of good Democrats from Colo. And, a lot of people talk about Story County, and you think, oh gosh, it's always been a real strong Democrat county. Well, that's just not so. Back in 1962, there was a guy from Colo, Rex Gross. He ran for supervisor, and some of you may remember him, and by golly, he won. Surprised everybody. First Democrat in the courthouse in Nevada. And Rex always said, the Republicans always said there'd never be a Democrat in the Story County courthouse. So the first thing he did, he voted to tear that one down, and they built a new courthouse in Nevada. But I know from Colo, there's a Ted Rasmussen here. I've come from a long line of good Democrats. A lot of you may not know this, but his grandfather was Bus Carmody. I know a lot of you know Bus Carmody because he worked for years to promote the Democrats here in Story County. So Ted is all Democrat. So we need everybody this year. And I understand there's some vacancies on our spot here in Story County. We got to get them filled. We got to take control of that board of supervisors. You got to win that county treasurer's race. And you continue right on up for the legislative candidates and the governor candidates. It's important. We've got to have people on our side. Because right now we are facing a Republican Party that's just plain arrogant. They have power, and they don't care what Democrats think. They don't care what any other opinions are. Last year they gutted all the rights for public employees unions and stuff like that, teachers unions and stuff, without any hearings or out campaigning for it or anything. They gutted it. This year, my God, with the budget in an absolute mess, as I said last week, 5 years ago we had $925 million surplus. Now that's all gone, and we have and they had to borrow $144 million from the reserve funds, and it just keeps going downhill. They're making a mess of things, and what do? They're ramming through a $1 billion tax cut. Herman Quamback says it, and he's right. That's the death knell for public education. We've got to work hard this year, Democrats, everywhere on our ticket, whether it's in the Story County Courthouse or in the legislature or the governor's race. And the one thing that I'm really concerned about, Democrats, we get real enthusiastic, but get behind the candidate and then they maybe don't win in the primary, and so you get mad and go home. It hurt us. We lose elections when that happens. So this June 6th, put aside, if your candidate didn't win. Get behind the winner. We're Democrats, and we have values that we're standing for, and we can put them into play. I know Joe Biden's been to this county a lot, and a lot of you guys are real close to him, and he puts it right. He says, don't tell me what your values are, show me your budget. And that's right. And that's why we need Democrats. We need a budget that'll that'll pay for and develop the things we need in this state. So with that, you heard me go on a lot last week. I always love being here in Story County. I always say, if you see that name Fitzgerald on the ballot, vote for it. And so anyway, you guys are great. Thanks a lot for having me.